Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? And welcome to the latest edition of Drew Media Live. So nice to have you with us for this Friday, the 27th day of May, the year 2022. And of course, this is yours truly, Andrew L. Perry. Thank you very much. As always, coming live and at you from the busy streets, which is New York City, as I chat to you what is happening in the world of sports. Well, we have a lot to digest, so let's get right to it, shall we? But and of course, for the first, we're going to dive into a little baseball here and there. So we're going to dive into a little baseball here and there, and we got. Well, the Rangers took we got the NHL. The only NHL game left tonight is the Blues and the Avalanche, as the Avalanche look to wrap up the series to move on to the conference finals for the first time in quite some time. What else? The Oilers and the Avalanche will meet in the Western Conference Finals in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Rangers lost last night, taking the command, and now the Carolina Hurricanes are one game away from heading to will face the Tampa Bay Lightning for the Eastern Conference Finals in hockey. And let's start off with the NBA. Let's start off with the NBA playoffs. As for the first time in eight seasons, the Golden State, for the first time since 2019, the Golden State Warriors will reach their sixth NBA Finals by beating the Dallas Mavericks by the score of 120 to 110, and as they reach their sixth NBA Finals. Now, Klay Thompson scored on his way to 32 points. Every starting five in the Golden State Warriors that night was in double figures. Draymond Green, Steph Curry. They were in Jordan Poole, even Loney, and even the guys come off the bench were scoring a lot of points. And even though the Mavericks put it close to 10 points. That was the closest they have gotten going to the fourth quarter. The fans in San Francisco, the fans in the building, the Warriors fans most likely, and it was boisterous last night. I love the Warriors. By the way, I love the team. By the way, I love the team. I always love the Warriors fans, whether it's in Oracle or the new place in Chase Center in San Francisco. They always bring the energy, and especially when the team didn't make the playoffs when it was 08, 2014 when Mark Jackson was the head coach, and several years. They always bring a lot of energy. And to be honest with you, I love Oracle Arena more than the Chase Center. It's not the same feeling. It's not the same. I mean, it's similar, but as far as the arena and the way you watch TV, I guess, it's a different feeling because it's a different building. It's a different building for the Golden State Warriors, but same energy. As far as I'm concerned, and the Warriors didn't even break a sweat in this series. And going to the series, when I last did the episode, I said to myself after the performance the Phoenix Suns did, after the Mavericks destroyed the Phoenix Suns in the seventh game of the NBA, destroyed the Suns in Game 7. I said to myself, This is probably the toughest team in the Western Conference Finals that the Golden State Warriors have ever had. Boy, I was wrong. Because the Golden State Warriors didn't even break a sweat. And I mean, they didn't even break a sweat. Yeah, the Mavericks won game for Luka Doncic get us points, but they, for the most part, they hold this team in check. They really did. They really did. They really did. And when the Warriors play like that, and when everybody, and Shaq pointed out inside the NBA, when the guys in Shaq, whatever, Shaq, Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, when they brought it out in inside the NBA, when everybody scoring in double figures for the Golden State Warriors, this team is going to be difficult to beat. And I think if the Boston Celtics wrap it up tonight against the Miami Heat, I think we have a very good series. And this brings me to this. After Game 7 in a conference, after Game 7 of these semifinals, this conference finals, East and West, has been unwatchable. Every game is over by halftime. Every game. Except game 5. But even then, the games are boring. The games are blowouts. 20 points or more. The NHL playoffs in the first round, the second round, is more compelling than the NBA playoffs so far. And that's a fact. These games has been a board fest. But anyway, these games have been board fest. Outside of what? T-Wolves, Grizzlies, maybe Celtics, Bucks. After that was it. These games has been These games has been boring. And these conference finals has been unwatchable. Really unwatchable. Usually when there's a conference finals in the NBA, these games has been very competitive. Not this year. And the funny part, especially with the Celtics, especially in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Celtics and the Heat is pretty much dead. As far as talent, they both are tough teams. They both are gritty. But low key, as you can see, the Celtics are a better team than the Heat. Anybody who watched the NBA this year knows that. Even though the Miami Heat are the number 1 seed, the Celtics are a better team because of the fact because they have a difference in presence. And by the way, this as far as the Celtics defense, they're really good. They're really good. You know, the fact to hold Miami under 90 points and win on the road, that's really impressive. And there's something special about this Celtics team. There's really something special about this Celtics team. But like I said, if they wrap it up tonight, and I think they will, boy, we're going to have a good series against the Golden State Warriors. I would love to see the Golden State Warriors against the Boston Celtics. Offense versus defense. And hopefully everybody, from Marcus Smart to Tatum, to everybody, will be healthy. I want to see mano a mano, Warriors versus Celtics, offense versus defense. Who's going to show up more? And let's get back to the Western Conference Finals for a second, and look at the Golden State Warriors. And after 2 years missing the playoffs, after losing in 2019, after losing to the Toronto Raptors, and had the Toronto Raptors close out Oracle Arena with a championship. Look at Klay Thompson. Look how far Klay Thompson has come back. Klay Thompson remember the Warriors have missed two playoff seasons. And Klay Thompson was out with a torn ligament. tore ACL, and to come back and play the way he did, and come back this year, and the Warriors look like the Warriors of old, shooting threes left and right. Steph Curry passing Ray Allen, Reggie Miller as the all-time three shooter, the passing with the all-time 3-point shooter. Greatest shooter. Probably you can honestly say the greatest shooter in NBA history. One of the greatest shooters in NBA history, and nobody's not going to dispute that. Because the way Steph Curry shoot is really phenomenal. It really is. You can't really. I tell you, the more I watch Steph Curry shoot, he remind me of these kids when I was going to high school or junior high school. See these kids shoot, and they're shooting all over the place. But the way Steph Curry shoot, the way his form is, usually you'll miss it if you're an average Joe. Now Steph Curry, when he makes that shot, he make it with ease, and he been doing that. He been doing it since he came into the NBA. But you know what? Give the Warriors credit. They're back in the NBA Finals for the first time, and they're going to be back. They are back, as a matter of fact. They are back. But assuming like I said, assume if the Celtics wrap it up tonight, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Because the Celtics, after the All-Star break, they have the number one defense. They have the number one defense in the NBA, and the number one defense in the playoffs. And this is going to be a tougher. This is going to be a tough task, really. Because as obviously the Celtics going to have home court. Either way, either the Warriors, whoever the Warriors face, the Warriors are not going to get home court. Let's be very, very clear. The Warriors are not going to get home court. So, does home court really mean anything? In not really. But for the Warriors, they have home court advantage. So that place is loud. Right now, the loudest arena in the NBA left as we speak right now. Celtics is loud too, but it would be a fun NBA Finals. But can we get a good? I hope we get a good NBA Finals, because I said it before. I say it again. This conference finals was unwatchable since the seventh games of the East, of the semifinals, East and West. These games has been a board fest. Let's hope we finish it with the conference finals. As far as the Mavericks, let me close with the Mavericks on the NBA. First of all, the Mavericks to me have not. What a hell of a season they had, though. What a hell of a season. To upset the team with the best record, the best home record, and the best road record in the NBA. The team that has feared to be the most dominant team in the NBA, the number one seed, the Phoenix Suns, and not only beat them, but destroy them in their home floor. Luka Doncic, I mean, he's here to stay. And as I told you right now, he remind me. His shooting remind me of Dirk Nowitzki, but his tenacity, Luka Doncic, his tenacity and his ferocious, and the way his presence remind me a lot of Larry Bird. He remind me a lot of Larry Bird. And you live with the three, you die by the three, and eventually they ran into a team that could defend the three as well. And when I saw they lost game one, when I saw game two, I say, all right, all right, the Mavericks will probably bounce back and win game one. And when I saw they lost game two, I was like, this is gonna be a sweep. No, I told my brother this was gonna be a sweep. This is going to be a borderline sweep because this Mavericks team is something special. This Mavericks team is no match, no match, no match for the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors are just a different animal, different animal. That's what they are, a different animal, different animal. You know, and let's see if the Heat. Let's move on. So that's the story as far as the Western Conference is concerned. So the Warriors won the West, and hold on, and they will await the winner of the Celtics. And by the way, the NBA Finals will start a week from tomorrow. So, so we're gonna find out who's if the Boston Celtics will join the Golden State Warriors and face each other for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. So let's see how things pan out. Let's see how things pan out, and let's see if the Heat could force a Game 7, because the Heat, it's been, despite the fact it's been a blowout, the Heat win Game 1. Celtics won Game 2. Heat won Game 3. Celtics won Game 4. Celtics won Game 4 and Game 5. So let's see if the Heat. A lot of people, including yours truly, will say this series is pretty much over. But the Heat has been a very, very solid team. Jimmy Butler is a superstar, no question about it. And facing elimination, let's see how the Miami Heat will respond. Would he go back home? Would he go back to South Beach one more time for the 7th game of the NBA to send the NBA Finals? Personally, I want to see the Celtics versus the Warriors. I think it would be a more compelling NBA Finals than the Warriors Heat. Because I think if I'm going to be honest, if the Warriors face if the Heat face the Warriors, that is going to be a short series. Where Celtics Warriors, it's a sexier matchup. It's a more sexier matchup for a lot of reasons. As I just told you on top of the show. Offense versus defense. Marcus Smart, defense player of the year. Defense player of the year. Going against Draymond Green and I forgot to bring up, Celtics have size, a lot of size. So I would love to see that, and I think that series we could probably have a 6-game NBA Finals, or maybe 7. I always want a 7-game NBA. I always want a 7-game championship. I just want a competitive game. That's all I want. I really could care less who wins at this point, but you just want to see a good competitive series. I don't think it's too much to ask, is it? I don't think it's too much to ask. But enough about that. Let's move on to baseball. And everybody saw the Reds-Cubs game? They was playing football last night? Cause when I saw 20-10, I saw 20-5. With the Reds and the Cubs, and both teams ain't going nowhere. Both teams already have 30 losses already. But when I saw that, I was like, damn. 20 runs? Like, how many hit? Like, that's a lot. What? Those are football. and we call that football scores. I mean, that is a football score, you know. And the Dodgers beat up on the Diamondbacks. Well, I mean, what else is new? I mean, the Diamondbacks ain't going nowhere. So once again, the Dodgers have one of the playoff offense in the and here's the funny part: the Dodgers swept the Diamondbacks a week ago. So they probably seem like they play a lot. They really, really play a lot, you know. And the Yankees get Mount Carpenter, and let me just throw in they're just throwing a story last week for the past few days with Tim Anderson and Josh Donaldson when the Yankees when the Yankees host the Chicago White Sox and Josh Donaldson slugger called Tim Anderson Jackie Robinson, and Tim Anderson, I say Tim Robinson, I don't know why I say Tim Robinson. Tim Anderson didn't like that. He didn't find it funny, and it caused a bench clearing brawl. And when Donaldson was trying to step into the batter's box, the catcher was telling Donaldson, "You're not getting on the bag. You're not getting on the bag. That was messed up what you did. Hey, you ain't stepping on the bag." So it started a bench clearing brawl, and people had to guys had to be restrained, and Tim Anderson was very, 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 very very upset about that, and he didn't like that. And the more you see this, Donaldson said when they interview him, they say, "Oh, we joked around. We call him Jackie Robinson. At one point, we joked around it all the time." So I don't know why he took offense to it right now. If he didn't take offense to it, I'm sorry. He apologized, obviously. And Tim Anderson was said, I don't play those type of games. Don't play that game with me." And Tony La Russa said what Sam Donaldson did, what Josh Donaldson did was racist, you know. And now, we ever heard stories of Sam Donaldson being racist, but to call yourself that, I don't think. But the Jackie Robinson comment, and everybody in baseball and everybody around the world knows what Jackie Robinson did. Broke the color barrier for baseball, and there's not enough. Why there's not enough black players in baseball? That's another discussion for another day. But the fact that if he was joking, and why Tim Anderson took offense to it, and I don't know if that was the case. Why Tim Anderson took an offense to it now, and took offense to it, and the way how this climate is now, this ain't the time to play, and a lot of people, black people ain't gonna play with that anymore. So who knows? And with that, that's gonna do it for this edition of Drew Mania Live. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to listen to this episode again, please go to Spreaker.com, type the keyword Andrew L. Perry. Once again, go to Spreaker.com, type the keyword Andrew L. Perry, or go to wherever you listen to your podcast. Type in Andrew L. Perry or Drew Mania Live. And always follow my show on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, type in Andrew Perry. Like and share if you like what you hear or like what you see. Like and share and subscribe. Please like and share and comment on my YouTube channel. Comment on my episodes or whatever your preference. Until next time, this is Andrew Perry. Always saying to you, Shalom, let peace go with you, and I'll talk to you in the next Drew Mania Live. So long, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy Memorial Day.